Hey guys, I have a little card share that I did. I've been creating some cards. Well, these two cards. Let me adjust this camera. The past couple days, and I made an easel card. Well, I made two. Sorry. I made two, and I'll show you the first one. And what I used on both of these is the My Bestie. It's this stamp right here from Sherry Baldy, and it is called Blakely Ann Bestie. So that's the stamp I used. On this one, I like cut it off and put it in one of those Tim Holtz frames, so you can't see the bottom of her dress. And then this is the paper collection that I used. It's from Doodlebug Designs. It's 6x6 birthday paper. I just love this little paper collection. It's super cute and screams fun birthday. And then for the polka dotted paper, I filled it in with this Dots and Stripes of Bundle and Joy. So that's what I used. I made two cards, and then of course I used my stash of flowers and this happy die, cheesecloth. I have some appliques and some bling, and I just layered it with the dilutions. But this is a the easel card, so it folds up nice and flat and then sticks up. But I did something different with my easel cards because I love the easel cards, and I don't like when you put the pretty sentiment down here, and then that's usually where you write. And if you have handwriting like me, it's the worst. I have third grader looking style handwriting, and I think that's why I don't journal a lot, because I really hate the look of my handwriting. So with this one, I made on the inside, well, it pulls off to the side if you can see, but I did it on the inside. I created an envelope, like a pocket, I should say, that this pulls out. So it's standing up and it still lays flat, but you can pull it out, and that's where you can write, you know, happy birthday, love, so-and-so. And you can even stick money in there if you want to give money. So, and I kind of like it because it's a little personal, so people can display the card, and it's a little personal note. So at the end of this video, I'll show you how I made that, and I'll put another one together. So I have the happy cut there and the birthday written there, and I gave her the little pink tips, what the young girls are loving to do with their hair nowadays. I just thought that was fun. So that's like a fun little birthday card, and there's the side, and there's the side with the thing. And this is my second one. And here we go. They're very similar but different. And this one I did in the different shades of pink, and I gave her like blondish brown hair, brownish blonde hair, whatever. And I still did the happy, but this time I put the banner, happy birthday, down there. And I used some appliques, and this time I used a doily from La La Land and some hearts. And I put a little bow in her hair. I glued that on. And this one you can see the full dress and teddy bear. And then there's some lace right there that holds the card up. And that's looking at it from the side. And I got this little delicate lace here that kind of borders that. And then here's my inside pocket. This time I put soft ribbon, so when it goes in the envelope, see, you have to learn. So now I have to make a bigger envelope for this one because I used paper, so I have to make a bigger envelope. And on this one, I got smarter and used soft ribbon, so when it goes in the envelope, it can get smashed and it won't affect it. But there you go. There's the pretty little pocket that's hidden away in there, but still looks cute coming out from that side. And there it is. So there's both of the cards. I'll do a tutorial on how I did that, and these will be going in my Etsy shop. So I will put the link to my Etsy shop down below in the description. I hope it works. I think the last time it wasn't working, but yeah, so I'll have these listed in my Etsy And I hope you like them. All right, everybody. I'll have a great day. Stay tuned for the tutorial. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make the card that I made. Only this is a different variation of it. I used different colors, different papers. Same image, just different colors. And like I said, it's this Sherry Baldy, My Besties, Blakely and Bestie. Super duper cute. And I used to cut out, I have everything cut out, and I'm just going to show you how I assemble it and give you all the measurements. So to start, I have my image that I colored, and I use these stacking, I think they're from either Sizzix or Quick Cuts, I'm not sure. I don't have the packaging anymore, but there's a whole bunch of them. There's even like 4 more that go even bigger and smaller all inside. So of course I use the smallest one that's going to measure on my card, and I cut it out using these dies, and then so on with the next layers. So my biggest one is the white, and then I did a piece of border cardstock and I ran that through an embossing folder just because it didn't look good plain on this card. So I had to give it some texture or something. I think all the polka dots and stuff made it look like it needed something. And then I used more pattern paper out of, I showed you the collection in the beginning. And then my little girl will sit right in the middle, so it's all nested in the borders. I don't glue these together yet because I'm probably going to glue a piece of lace going across, and I want to glue it underneath. So I'm going to take you step by step on what to do. So let's start out with the card base. We'll put these off to the side. And we're going to make the card base really quick. And these are all my decorative pieces, but I'll put it aside. So, oh, and I cut an extra big one because it's going to go on the back to cover up any lace that I have glued onto the back. Hold on. I'm doing a tutorial. I got you on mute. I'm Skyping. Okay, so anyways, I start out with a piece of white cardstock, and it measures, it's a regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You can make it any color you want. I just choose to do a white base. And you're going to cut it at 6 inches wide, and it's already 11 inches. And then you're going to take it on the 11-inch side, you're going to turn it, put it in your scoreboard, which I've already done, but I will still go over that with you. And you're going to score it at 5.5, and that gives you your card like that. But then you also score it at 2.25 right here, and that's going to make the flip like that. The easel, I should say. Okay, so we did that. So that measurement again was 6 inches wide by 11. Your cardstock should already be 11 if you're using 8.5 by 11. Score it at 5.5 and 2 1/4. Okay, so then we have that. So then you need your base papers. Choose what you want on the front of your card because it's going to sit up like this. And I chose to have this polka dot, and it'll lay right on top. And you cut this one at 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. On the 5 1/4 side, meaning going along the top, you're going to score it at 3 1/8 of an inch, which on here is going to be, here's your 3, there's a blue dot if you have this one, and then there's your 1/4 of an inch. So it's the 3 and 1 line after, and score it there. And that's going to measure enough to cover over your thing. So we have that, and then we're going to adhere this onto the front. And I use ATG tape for these, it's a card, it's not a mini album, so. And just go all around your sides with your ATG, and in the middle get some tape down. Alright, so now we're going to adhere that to, when you fold your card in half like a regular card, it'll go right on top. Make sure you get your score lines on top of each other. We cut this shorter so we could leave that border going all the way around to make it look nice. So there we go. So there we have our first paper on. Now we have it both scored, but I fold it again and I just give it a little crease with my bone folder. So there we have this now. Now we need to put paper on the inside of our card. And depends if you want to have a border going around, you could put another piece of cardstock. This one needed it, some of them don't. So I cut this at 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. And use my tape gun to adhere that. And then line it up as straight as you can, leaving that 1/4 inch going all the way around your card. So there we go. Should I zoom out a little bit? Okay. So there. Now we have the decorative paper. So I cut this at 5 1/2 by 5. Okay? So 5 1/2 by 5, that's going to leave us the border around. And just adhere that down. There are many tutorials on different types of easel cards. This is just the quickest one that I do. I have made other ones. So if you just search tutorials on easel cards, you will come up with a ton. I did not come up with this myself, but I did just come up with putting the pocket on the inside. I haven't seen anybody do that. So, and if you did, I didn't see it. So, all right, so see, now we're going to have it where it's going to sit up like that. Well, we'll have to put something there, but that's what it looks like when it's closed. So now I'm going to show you how to make this inside pocket where it's going to, so you open, here's your score mark. The little piece should be in front of you. Open it up. I already cut this at 4 inches by 6 1/2. And then I took my scoreboard and on 3 sides, both of the long sides and the bottom, you're going to score it on the 1/2 inch mark. Just like if you were making a pocket. Leave this open and don't score this because that's where it's going to slip in. So then I take my scissors and you want to cut out your little squares just like when you're making a pocket. The little corners. Get those cut out so it folds for you nicely. Fold everything up. And then I do use score tape on this part because I want to be sure it's going to hold. So then what I do is I get my score tape and I just go down the pockets as so. Or where you did your scoring, your hinges or whatever. And you can use your ATG gun if you want. It's not a mini album where it's going to be lasting forever and ever and ever. And if people do have it, it's not interactive, so it sits on the shelf. I burnish that really good. I take a circle punch, which you don't have to do this, but I do it, and I have a Stampin' Up! Circle punch. It's the 1 3/8 inch. Doesn't really matter. And I already have mine marked in the halfway points, so then I stick it in there at the halfway point, right in the middle, and I just cut, and that gives you that groove so you can pull it out. Easy peasy. Alright, now we will remove our tape. As so. Make sure you put these 2 side flaps down first and the bottom last so that when your thing slides in, it does not interfere. Okay, and then you take it on this part of the card. So this is the easel part, the smaller section, and you're opening it like that, and that's this inside, and that's where I lay. You could decorate this if you want, but it's not seen, so why waste the paper, right? And I get that right above my, in between both of my score marks. And that's it. So there's your pocket now that you've created. This will be the card front. It'll stand up like that. Inside there, this is to the side. So if it's standing up like this, how can I angle this? It's gonna pull out from here. So now I need to make the inside, and I lost a piece. How did I lose it? No problem, I'll cut another one. It's gotta be in here. So this you can do, I knew I had it. This is the inside piece, and I like to layer it and decorate it. Well, I don't decorate it with pattern paper, but you can. It's just whatever you want. I put it on cardstock, and I take a piece of white cardstock, which I have to cut another one very quickly because... Alright, so I cut this piece at 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then the top part that I'm going to put on it is going to be 2 1/2 by 5 1/2. So that's what I have to cut right now to go on top of it, and that's where you can write your sentiment. So we're 2 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then that'll fit nicely right on top of there, and it still looks pretty. If you wanted to, you can put another piece of paper here and just glue it on this side to put leave this open for a pocket to stick a money card or gift card or money, or just fold money up and put it in there. So now I'll adhere this down. I always do overkill on my tape, it seems. Alright, and I eyeball it to make sure I'm going to have that border going all the way, and I got it nice and straight, which I don't, but it's okay. I'll make another one on camera. It's hard to do. So then that slips right in there, and then this you can write your sentiment. And like I said, if you want to put a pocket on the back, just glue a strip of paper, but only put the tape going around the bottom, and then you could tuck a money card or gift card or whatever. And then on that, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I think I'm going to cut, in fact I will. You can attach a flower or a ribbon, so make a pull out, which I think I'm going to use this ribbon right here. And just put a little bit of my, this is just some trim that I have, and I think that will look pretty like that, and yet it'll still stick out on the side for decoration on my card. See? So with that, I'll just put a little dab of glue, hot glue, and then flip it over, do the same. There we go. Simple. There. Now you can see how it's kind of coming out of the side of the card. Alright, so now we're going to glue all this stuff going on this card. And I'll be right back because I think I'm going to get a piece of trim. Hold on. I changed my mind on the lace, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue these all down, one on top of another. And with this, I'm going to use my fabric tack. you can use your tape gun. Well, actually I'm going to use my tape gun. I'm going to use my fabric tack. So you want to start with this layer, go in here, and I'm just going to get the edges as best as I can. As best I can. As best as I can. And so now you line this up. And these nest right into each other, so it shouldn't be a problem. I kind of go by getting my points lined up in the right spot. So glue that down, and then the pretty paper. This I am going to use some fabric tack because this is very porous and the tape's probably not going to stick well. I like fabric tack because it doesn't bubble, or you can use that art glitter glue. I just don't think I need to use as much. So I just put that on the back. And now line this one up. Line up your points. There we go. And then we'll put our image on top of that. And for time's sake, I'm using this glue because it's faster than using the tape gun. But you can use your tape gun or your Tombow or whatever you have. Alright, so there she's layered up now. And then she will get attached centered on this small part of the card. So what I do is I want this tip to hang over a little bit on the bottom because that's what's going to grasp onto my border that I'm going to put to make it stand up. Now remember, this is what I do. I turn it over when I have it lined up like this, and then I grab a pencil and I make a tick mark right there and right there, so I know that my adhesive is not going to go above that. It's just going to go all down here. And again, for time's sake, I'm using this. And now take your card and put it center as best you can. I let these little notches hang just slightly over. And press it down. And then when the card is closed, see how that's what's going to let you flip it up. When the card's closed, it will lay flat. But when you raise it up to the easel, it'll stand up like so. Alright, so now you need some kind of a trim here to make your card stand up. I'm going to go ahead and use this Rosette Trim that I have in blue. I just think it's pretty. And it matches nice, so I cut a piece the same width as my card. If you got extra, you can trim it off at the end. And I know I want it to stand up, so wherever I want it to stand up, I'm going to put a little tick mark with my pencil and know that my glue is going to go right across there. And that's where I'll glue it down. This I'll just use my hot glue gun. Okay, so then that keeps your card up, standing up, and then this is where you embellish it now, and I'm not going to go into all that, but you can add more laces behind here, balloons, dots, beads, whatever. But there's the basic card. You can see it, that's the back, the bottom, the side, that's where your tag pulls out. So when it's standing up like this is hard to do. You get the gist? So that should be on the top roof there. And that's where you can write your sentiments, so this stays pretty. And on this one, I think I'm probably going to, I did the cutout happy, if it's a die that I have, and I think I'll put that there like that, like I did the other one, stamp some birthday. But I just wanted to give you, and you know, put my flowers and everything. So I just wanted, and then when it closes, it looks so pretty. Alright, so that's the little tutorial I have with the card for your sentiments. I'm going to go ahead and decorate this, and I'll have a picture of it at the end. Alright, thanks everybody. Bye. Okay, so here's the finished card. I put the happy birthday, and I put the little corner dies that I have. I added some flowers, some appliques, and I added this trim from Hobby Lobby around the top. I think it replicates her tutu. And I added it here too, on the top of the blue. And then the card folds down like that. And then, of course, here's the little tag on the inside pocket. So you can journal, sorry. So you can do your journaling. And it just slides right back in that little pocket. So there you go. I hope you liked it. Give me a thumbs up if you do, or comment. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Oh, and as always, this one's going to be for sale in my Etsy shop if you're interested in purchasing it. I'll have the link to my Etsy shop. It's it's Pretty Paper Maker on Etsy, and I'll put the link in the description box below. Thank you.